What's your financial goal?
You want more money? Turn what you know into dough. Start hanging out with the people who have it. You create wealth on your own terms. It is not only your rights, but your duty to build wealth.
You are fiscally fabulous.
It's time to enjoy your legacy.
You're listening to Fiscally Fabulous with Dr. Teresa R. Martin, Esquire, a podcast that aims to provide you with the tools, guidance, and encouragement you need to build your wealth, enjoy your wealth, and leave a lasting legacy. Dr. Martin is an accomplished attorney, speaker, business consultant, and real estate strategist, an all-around self-made success who provides highly sought-after expert consulting in the creation, growth, and maintenance of generational wealth.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of Dr. Teresa R. Martin, Esquire, my name is Chrissy Bartels, and you're listening to Fiscally Fabulous. Compliance. You can think of it as a fancy word for rules, guidelines that everyone is expected to follow. Nearly every aspect of life seems to be governed by rules. From school to the workplace to just about any public setting. You probably even have a set of your own rules at home for your family. And while not all of us are fond of having all these rules, quote, shoved upon us, they do serve a very necessary function, particularly in the world of business. In short, they keep things running smoothly, help to resolve conflict, and even help avoid it to begin with. You've no doubt heard people say, rules are meant to be broken. Well, not in business. By having these rules in place, they aim to ensure, among other things, that no one is treated unfairly or too favorably. In our previous episode, we talked about business credit and how those scores can have a tremendous impact on the ability to have your own loan request approved. But there's more to getting that loan than simply having a good credit score. And this is where compliance comes in. Or more specifically, lender compliance. And it's the main topic we'll be discussing in this episode. In the world of business, rejection is a fact of life. More business loan applications are denied than are accepted. And when we hear of a business being denied a loan, most of us probably assume the reason had to do with a credit score being too low, or the business's cash flow is inadequate. Or another one that I've seen that can often prevent a would-be borrower from getting a loan: you haven't been in business long enough. Sure, these are all common reasons for a loan request to be denied, and they're definitely things you need to consider and take seriously before making your application. But let's imagine the following scenario. Let's say you come to the conclusion that your business is in need of a loan. One by one, you check off the usual requirements for approval. You've been in business for several years. Check. You've made sure to check your business credit scores, which are very healthy. Check. Your financial records clearly show you have the necessary cash flow. Check. Your taxes are in order. Check. On and on down the list, you check off each item, confirming you meet each requirement with the paperwork to prove it. Confident, you submit your application to the loan officer, only to be denied. What happened? There's a lot going on behind the scenes that determines whether you are successful in obtaining your loan than just these few commonly known items. Not only do you need to be compliant with things like having a good credit score or showing evidence of a strong, stable cash flow, you also need to show the lender that you are able to comply in other areas of your business as well. There are those two words again, lender and compliance. Well, what on earth is lender compliance? Lender compliance is a series of approval guidelines which the lenders have selected as part of their decision-making process. Typically, these are items that can be easily verified in an automated environment. What this means is that when you submit a business loan application, the lender's computer system will check these lender compliance items to see if your business will make it to the next level in the loan approval process. Lender compliance items generally do not get you approved, but they definitely will get you declined if your entity has not completed them before you apply. Here are a few examples of lender compliance items. Do you have a physical address dedicated to your business? Do you conduct business from a cell or residential phone or a separate dedicated business phone line? Do you have an entity? In this case, you are applying for a business loan and not a personal loan. But if your business does not have its own entity, such as a corporation or LLC, then there is no business to lend to. Without an entity, everything is on you personally. Because of this, it is considered a personal loan and not a business loan. Many business lenders do not make personal loans, so you will be declined. Does your business have an EIN? A Federal Employer Identification Number, EIN, is like your Social Security number, but it is for your business. Lenders will check to make sure it is in place and to make sure that it matches your exact business legal name. So, what can you expect the process to look like? Well, when you apply for a business loan, the lender will do a check for a list of items called lender compliance items, like the examples we just mentioned. They will use these to determine whether to approve the loan or not. You may recall a moment ago that I mentioned your application will be run through the lender's computer database, checking to see if your business satisfies the checklist. But here's the thing. That business loan officer sitting across from you likely won't always know what these items are. Their primary function in this case is to simply take your application, upload it to the computer, and wait and see what the results come back with. If your loan request comes back declined, it means that 1 or 20 of your lender compliance items are incomplete. And yes, having just one item incomplete means you are likely to be declined. This is why it is so important to go through this checklist carefully, making sure every item is complete before applying for the loan. Furthermore, if you are declined, your loan officer probably won't even be able to tell you why. So, what would be some reasons that you would be declined? We've briefly mentioned a few of these items already, but let's dive in a little deeper. 1. Business credit. If your business has little to no credit history, or your score is below 70, this could be the cause for denial of the loan. Why? Well, a poor credit score will indicate to the lender that you will probably have trouble paying your debts on time, if at all. Put yourself in their shoes for a moment. Would you want to willingly hand over thousands or possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars of your money to a business that you don't trust will pay you back? Of course not. After all, it's called lending money, not losing money. 2. Business address. Where do you work? At a designated office in town somewhere or from home? When the computer checks your address against the U.S. Postal Service database and it comes back as a non-business address, you can expect to be declined. About 80% of business lenders will decline home-based businesses. So if your application tests out as having a residential address, you have a high probability of being declined. Why? Think about it. If the system can't verify the literal existence of your business, it leaves the lender open to increased risk. How does he or she know that your business is as legitimate as you claim it if it doesn't show up in the database? You might be making money selling homemade arts and crafts out of your basement, but that doesn't mean you're a legitimate business yet. Besides, before you started selling these items, did you check to make sure that you can legally set up a business in a residential neighborhood? Some communities have strict zoning laws when it comes to if and what kind of a business you are allowed to conduct from your home. If the lender loans you money, only to turn around and see that your business has failed because you didn't acquire the necessary permissions and permits from the city to conduct your business from home, it means their investment in you can result in great risk. Let's take a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue with our discussion on lender compliance. If you're a real estate investor, entrepreneur, ready for more profits, satisfaction, and growth, this year, you are invited to join business growth expert Dr. Teresa Martin's Fiscally Fabulous Master Her Business Mastery Program. This exclusive transformational 6-month mastermind group will spark unprecedented results and make this the year that you reach the tipping point in your business. Attract your ideal clients and increase your profits without working harder. The Fiscally Fabulous Master Her Business Mastery Program is specifically designed to give passionate and driven real estate entrepreneurs the strategic planning, marketing, motivation, mindset, and business development support they need. Change unproductive and unprofitable patterns and mindsets. Be a catalyst for clarity, growth, and sky-high profits. If you're ready to generate outstanding results, tighten your seatbelt because the Master Her Business Mastery Program is designed to deliver. To learn more about tuition options and enroll, call 844-300-4333 or visit masterher.enjoyyourlegacy.com. Welcome back, everyone. We've been talking about lender compliance. Your business phone. Are you using a cell or residential phone to conduct your business affairs?
All lines are busy. Please hold.
The phone number you list on the loan application will be checked using the Federal Communications Commission FCC database to verify if it is a business phone line, a cell phone, or a residential registered phone number. Well, when the computer checks the number you listed on your application against the FCC database and reports as a cell or a residential number, your loan request will likely be denied. Establishing a separate phone number for your business is something you ought to do, regardless of whether or not it causes you to be denied a loan. Why, you might ask? Well, for one, it's impossible to control your employee-customer interactions when you don't use a business phone line. If you and your employees are all conducting company business on your own home or cell phones, you've effectively surrendered a significant amount of control over your business. How do you expect to keep track of all your company's activities? With this lack of control and oversight, should your business grow and expand, it could cause things to spiral out of control. And any business that risks losing control of itself will raise red flags for a lender. Is your entity in good standing? When starting a new business, to make it official, you need to register with the Secretary of State in the state where your business is officially located. In most cases, this is also the place where you will be conducting most of your business. Once registered, would-be lenders can check this database to see if your business is reported as being in good standing. However, you'll need to file and update your paperwork every year. Failure to do so could result in your business coming back as not listed or not in good standing because you didn't keep up with the paperwork. Many business owners file their first-year documents with their Secretary of State and then forget or fail to update them annually. If that happens, it has little, if any, noticeable effect. Your business bank accounts still work, your EIN is still active, your phone works, etc. However, when you submit a business loan application, the lender's computers will check using your Secretary of State's computers to see if your entity is in good standing. If not, you will most likely be declined. Is your business listed in the National 411? When the computers check for your business in the National 411 Directory Assistance and it does not find it, your loan won't be approved. By having your business appear in the National Directory, it sends a signal to a potential lender that your operation is legitimate and, at the very least, worthy of a review for consideration. If they do a 411 check and your business does not come up in their search, well then, how are they meant to know what are true and bona fide businesses? Remember, just because you say you are a business doesn't mean that you necessarily, literally, are. These are just 5 of the 20 lender compliance items you need to take into account when applying for a business loan. Failure to do so will likely result in the failure to get your loan approved. And upwards of 90% of loan applications are declined because one or more of these items are marked as incomplete when the applications are fed into the computer. It would be nice, and certainly make it so much easier for all involved, if all you had to do was simply fill out an application and maybe just have the computer check your business credit scores. But the reality is, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes when it comes to applying for a business loan. Most lenders do not check all 20 items, but you don't know which ones they will check. That means, to be safe, it is best to complete them all. Lenders never tell you which compliance items got your application declined. Again, the agent you are dealing with does not know anything about compliance items. The compliance item checklist was programmed into their system and was never disclosed to them. Therefore, it is up to you to get those items completed before you apply. If you're a first-time borrower, such as a startup in need of that initial cash flow to get your business up and running, there are some other important items you'll want to be sure your application includes. 1. Perhaps the most important thing you need to include in your application for a business loan is your comprehensive business plan. And while every business, young and old, big and small, should be able to present a solid business plan when seeking a loan, it is especially crucial for businesses who are seeking loans for the first time. You certainly won't want to pass the all-important compliance checklist only to be turned down because you failed to provide your potential lender a business plan. The plan spells out to the lender in detail your plans on growing your business over both the short and long term, how you intend to make a profit, where your business fits, and how it will operate within the market. It also addresses your business's strengths, weaknesses, as well as who your biggest competitors are, and how you intend to address these in your day-to-day operations. That's just the tip of the business plan iceberg. We'll talk in more detail about business plans another time, but I imagine you can already tell it is a vitally important tool to have. They say don't leave home without your American Express card. Well, don't come to your business loan officer without that business plan. Remember in our previous episode when I stressed the importance of separating your personal and business finances? Well, here is another good reason to do so. See, when you go to apply for that loan, the lender will want to see both your business and personal tax returns, bank account statements, as well as your financial projections for the business. It will be much easier for them to differentiate your personal from your business finances if you've gone to the trouble to separate them ahead of time. Failing to do so could at the very least slow down the process or, worse, even derail your chances to secure the loan. Depending on the size and scope of your business, you may be expected to provide legal documents such as contracts, leases, licenses, permits, and even corporate documents. Anything that can provide documented proof of the existence and the day-to-day operations of your business could be fair game in these situations. Will every lender ask to see these items? Not necessarily. But suppose they do. Yet you assumed and assured yourself that there's no way this lender will ask to see my leases or permits. Not only are you not prepared to meet this lender's request, but now, once again, you've either delayed the loan or squandered it completely. The lesson here? Don't assume you won't need it. Have all the necessary papers in order before you begin applying. At the very least, do some homework and find out with some certainty before you charge into the lender's office with misplaced confidence. Getting that much-needed loan for your business is possible. It can be done. But to get there, you first need to know the rules, what's expected of you, and then you need to be willing to play by those rules. To learn more about how you can put your business on the best possible path to success and position it to secure that much-needed loan, go to www.enjoyyourlegacy.com/business-credit/. Thank you for listening, everyone. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast or visit us at www.enjoyyourlegacy.com/Fiscally Fabulous Podcast to learn more. On behalf of Dr. Teresa R. Martin, Esquire, I'm Chrissy Bartels, reminding you to enjoy your legacy because you are fiscally fabulous.
This has been Fiscally Fabulous with Dr. Teresa R. Martin, Esquire. If you would like to learn more on how you can build generational wealth and leave a lasting legacy, go to www.enjoyyourlegacy.com and be sure to subscribe. Thank you for listening. Until next time.